Australia's richest woman, billionaire mining magnate Gina Rinehart, says Australian governments have treated the resources sector like an ATM. Mrs Rinehart made the claim in a pre-recorded speech played at the Mines and Minerals Conference in Melbourne. The conference also hosted one of the first pre-election policy debates between Labor and the Coalition on industrial relations. Hamish Fitzsimmons was there.
Gina Rinehart says the country is lucky to have the resources industry.
We began to be called the lucky country decades ago when we rode on the sheep's back. But now the country is riding on the back of the miners and related industries.
Mrs Rinehart's comments about taxation on the resources sector drew most attention.
Miners and other resources industries aren't just ATMs for everyone else to draw from without that money first having to be earned, and before that, giant investments made. Governments need to be reminded that if they want more taxes from miners and related industries, they can't discourage investment, needed to first earn what they want to take.
The head of Hancock Prospecting's comments were welcomed by the conference's organisers, the Resources Sector Employers Association.
It is difficult to escape a conclusion that often we are viewed as an ATM, and indeed we've seen industrial campaigns by trade unions to talk about sharing the boom. Now, we think that rests on a complete fallacy. We already share the boom by paying $20 billion in taxes. We share the boom by being held in the superannuation portfolios of almost every Australian superannuation holdings.
Economist Saul Eslake says the tax on the resources sector has to be viewed in the context of its increased profits.
They've been contributing commensurately more to the government's revenue as a result of that. I think that's perfectly legitimate, but to suggest that mining companies have been a tax cow for the federal government probably misses the point that it's been state governments who've derived a greater uplift from revenue from mining companies than the federal government.
The main bout of the conference, though, was the Federal Workplace Relations Minister and his coalition opponent trading blows over industrial relations. The minister attacking the idea Australia's industrial environment discourages investment.
Investment in Australia's economy is at a record high as a share of GDP. Record high, 18.5%. It's going to peak next year, 19%. And that would put another way, nearly $1 out of every 5 of activity in our economy is business investing in the future.
Now, the minister has thrown statistics at you, and they're a bit like skimpy bathers' statistics. What they show is interesting, what they hide is vital.
Prepare for more of this as September the 14th approaches. Hamish Fitzsimmons, Lateline.